So I'm getting up. We are live on all the channels. And normally I talk whatever morning moment I feel compelled to. I will, pull a card and have that inspire me. But today I was inspired by a conversation. And sorry, y'all, there are so many pings coming from my computer right now. Um, and hi, I see that we have someone who is joining us on YouTube or Facebook. Definitely give me a shout. Let me know who's here. But today, what I wanted to talk about was just this idea of privilege during these COVID times. People are having very different experiences, and you do not know what is going on unless they tell you. You do not know what's going on. Even when you do know what's going on, I'm finding that people are a little less sensitive than they should be. And so, what is what prompted this is I'm a coach, but I firmly believe in coaching, and I believe in the knowledge that you can gain from other people's good services and coaching practices. Thank you for the hearts. And so I am part of a bigger mastermind group, so I pay a coach too, and it is quite expensive. It's not cheap. It's a couple $1,000s a month. Okay, and they have up leveled their coaching, which is beautiful. Oh, thank you, Chanel. She's like, I look great, thank you. They've up leveled their coaching, and so the coaches are reaching out to us, and it's amazing. But what's really funny is I got asked a question. And I have been working on launching some evergreen funnels and getting all set up. And what's really interesting is the question I got was if I thought that I was being a perfectionist and if my perfectionism was stopping me from getting this out. And while that is a very legitimate question, right? That is the type of question, you could ask someone that you were working with. Me being asked that question was almost hurtful because they knew my story. And because my story now includes having COVID, recovering from COVID, having a family that was significantly impacted by COVID, having to take on bills related to that family that's significantly impacted by COVID, and now having a heart condition from the COVID vaccine, right? So I have all these things that have happened to me just in the last few months, not to mention a rough 2020, and also all the other things that just happen, like snowpocalypses and the other things that happen here. So we have life, and life is real right now. I can just go through the list of things that are COVID related. My assistant was down. She's a single mom. She had to come and homeschool her kid, right? At some point in time, I had 3 members of my team in the hospital all at the same time or sick all at the same time. And so for someone to look to me and say, like, do you feel like you're not doing enough or not finishing your stuff because you're being a perfectionist? I got so upset because they know, like, they know that I was just in the hospital. They know that we've got these things going on, and we have to be sensitive. We have to mind our words. We have to really be careful because it's like two parallel universes, and I sit between them, right? I see many of us who are privileged. We still have our jobs. We can still make our own money doing things digitally. Maybe we can work from home, right? But there's a whole other side of people who aren't able to do that. There's a whole other side of people who lost their entire job and livelihood when people were stuck at home or because it was too dangerous for them to go out, right? And my family's going through that right now. There's a whole set of people who've had to put their mortgages, their rents on credit cards, who are incurring more and more debt. There's a whole set of people. I just got a 5-figure medical bill. Now I can pay it, but that could destroy somebody else's life, right? And so just to say, like, be very careful. Be very careful when we ask questions. Be very careful when we suggest that people aren't doing their best because everyone is doing their best. You are doing your best. You're doing the best that you can do. And that is enough, right? But also, this is a time for sensitivity. Um, this is a time for sensitivity. I realized when that question was asked, I was like, no, actually, I haven't been a perfectionist. I've been the opposite of being a perfectionist. I have launched, I have customers. They're paying me. I'm doing what I need to service these customers in the back end. I'm managing, my own health. I'm managing my family's bills, right? I'm doing all these things. My sales funnel is my mouth and I am using it. I am using it, right? And the time that it takes to run things effectively, to do the things that we want to do, right, means that I sometimes don't have that moment. I frankly right now don't have the privilege to pause, to sit down and write these 12 emails, set up these, 3 or 4 sales pages, do that, submit that to someone. I actually don't have the privilege right now. And I think that when we sit in our bubbles, where our privileged bubbles, where the only person we're taking care of is ourselves, then maybe we don't have the full picture of what it's like to have to manage and worry about other people, right? And help out in other situations. Maybe we don't understand what it means to say, you know what, I'm not going to dump my family and they need financial help right now. This person needs medical help right now. I'm going to the hospital right now. And then I get it. We're all pretending that adverse effects from the vaccine aren't real. But best believe me, when you have pericarditis or myocarditis, but somebody's here trying to be like, why aren't you back up and running tomorrow? When you are up and running, right? And you're like, but I can't do extra. I got to actually take care of me. How does that work? I see a comment here from Chanel and it says, lately I've been feeling like my best is not getting me to where I want to be. It is. It's just going a little bit slower, baby. You're getting there. And I know, Chanel, right? You're doing the things. You've made huge strides. You wanted to run at like 100 miles per hour. And right now, maybe you're jogging, but you are still moving forward, right? And that's the thing to remember. And so certainly if you are a coach, I need you to start recognizing the things that people are doing. She's like very slow. You say I'm very slow. It's still faster than you would think. Think about the work you've done in this year in compared to previous years, my love. Think about that too. If you're still pulling your weight, you're still doing what you accomplished before, that's huge. That's huge, right? But just like, let's be careful. Let's choose the words we use wisely. Let's be very careful. People are going through a lot of things and we don't know their circumstances. We don't know their lot. We don't know their responsibilities. We cannot assume that they are just working in the way that we think they're working because they look good on Instagram or because they're showing up to a meeting or because they're keeping it positive, right? I have learned to experience joy and trauma at the same time, right? To not let certain things hold me down. I had 2 real bad days and a real bad week, but I got back up. But just because I'm here smiling does not mean that I'm not struggling through it. Just because I maintain my positivity doesn't mean that I don't have a lot of stuff. We're going to say stuff going on, right? And the reality is when I think about it, about 80 to 90% of the people that I'm working with, dealing with, seeing on a regular basis have a lot more privilege than even my family, right? Like when you're at the point where you can't pay a $50 bill and you're putting your rent on credit cards and you don't have job opportunities right now because of COVID, or worse, you're immunocompromised or sick, it's not the same. So I'm just urging us to take a pause before certain things come out of your mouth and think, oh shit, there might be something going on that I don't know. I have other clients. I have clients that are sick. I have clients that are down with heart conditions. They don't show up to things. I check in with them first and I say, are you okay? What is going on? And if they tell me that COVID just dropped a bomb on their life or just life just dropped a bomb on their life, before suggesting that they move forward or just get over it or whatever else, I ask them, well, how are they feeling about this? What's their energy like? Certainly, I laugh because, again, what sparked this was this question about, am I trying to be a perfectionist? And I'm just laughing because I was like, wait, though. Let's talk about this, right? In the last couple of months, you know, we've launched 2 programs, right? We've gotten clients. We've had, 5-figure weekends, multiple 5-figure weekends. Let's talk about it. We have 40K weekends. We set up back-end systems. We hired a staff of 5 people to help me while managing all these things. And I had someone looking at me asking me if I'm just maybe being a perfectionist and not doing enough. And again, I don't think that was the place that she was coming from, but I think that part. And that there's a version of that for everyone. There's a version of that for everyone. I have clients, they have kids. Like they're managing multiple kids at home, working the night shift, right? Having to work around COVID things and still working on their business and still paying me and still trying to pay their bills, right? And working through marital stuff. If all she can do is get like a line on her sales page this week, I'm happy because those lines are going to add up, right? This is a very crazy time and people are having a lot going on and a lot of emotions. Please, please, please be mindful. That's all I wanted to say today. I am going to burn my sage. I came on here because I was like, I need to take some deep breaths. I need to get this out. But I also wanted to just say, please, guys, we got to be a little bit more careful about this because I don't think people are really understanding that this COVID thing, this pandemic, the opportunities that it's taken away, people are experiencing it in very different ways. I am very, very understanding of the privilege that I have to be here on the live right now, to be here in my house right now, to be working my businesses right now, to have customers right now. I'm painfully aware of that. And I'm mostly aware because I have the juxtaposition of actually having my family having a completely different situation. And frankly, because I'm carrying the weight of that as well. And because I'm carrying health stuff as well. And because my grandma has really had the brunt of COVID as well. So I'm blessed to see all the sides, all the perspectives, the many different experiences. But if you don't have that blessing, and you probably don't want it, but if you don't have that blessing, please just try and put yourself in other people's shoes, and be mindful, especially when they're trying to get work done, when they're really trying their best. Their best is enough. Their best is enough. Their best is going to be enough today. And frankly, maybe you need to help some people out. I did some extensions for my course program, partly because I wanted to make sure that I was good for the amount of time that I promised people, but also because I got some people and I know what they're going through and I wanted to make sure that they have a little extra time. And because I have a digital product or a product that really is taking my time, I can do that. So that's it. Any thoughts, any messages? I see some comments. I see some love. I appreciate y'all so much. Anyone want to chat? I will probably pull a card for us real quick just to make it an official morning moments because I have been just on a little rant for 14 minutes, but an important one. Hopefully this is helpful for someone. And she says, we appreciated it. Thank you. Thank you. So I know it was helpful for at least one person, and that's always my goal. So thank you, Chanel. That's all I needed. As long as one person was helped or appreciated it. Yes. But yeah, anyone want to chat? Anyone have any questions or thoughts? I am pulling a card, gonna drink some water, and I think for me, there is gonna be a lot coming through. Hi, I see some new friends. There's a lot coming through for me over the next week to 2 weeks. I've been blessed to bring in a really top-notch team. Well, 2 teams, 2 really not top-notch teams from agencies to support me. And it's perfect timing because of my health. And I just really am feeling blessed and ready. We've been getting organized and we are about to take over the internet. We'll say it that way. So definitely look out. There's a lot going on. I also have another um, event with Teachable coming up. So with the Discover team at Teachable. So I am going to be doing, which one am I teaching? I am teaching you how to overcome your customer objections with love. Love is my framework. It's an original framework. It's all mine. And it is going to be free. You can learn it for free. And then I am going to actually be selling some things for free. And so for free, sorry, selling some things and offering some things for free. So definitely please stay tuned because essentially that is happening next Tuesday. So I think they should get that page up today. I will send that out. I will link that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Discover events, if you check out my bio and my links, you will see the last two. And yes, he said that framework is a game changer. Thank you. The love framework is one of my favorites, and it is a game changer. So I'm going to be teaching it for free on Tuesday. And then we are actually going to be selling my Target Customer Challenge as well. So for my friends who are on here, we're going to give a special deal before Tuesday. And then we will actually sell it starting Tuesday. And I priced it so that everybody can get a little gift. This is very well priced, just because I think that I'm so proud of all of the content that went in there, but I wanted to make it accessible. I want everyone to be able to reach their target customer. So if you're not already follow, and definitely jump in my email list because we're going to be doing some fun things soon. All right, the card for today. So we are pulling cards. The card for today is the self-worth and self-esteem card. It says, I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. I am empowered as I released the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. So this is a big one. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. Ooh. This has been huge, right? This card to me is just everything. I like to give a couple examples. Typically, I'll read the card and sit with it. So we're doing a little bit more real time today. But one of the examples I'm going to give is actually from my personal life. And this idea of honoring and respecting ourselves. And that when we honor, respect, and approve of ourselves. So when we honor, respect, and approve of ourselves, others will naturally do the same, right? That is so important. For some time, I lost the respect that I should have had for myself. That's the real. In the last 2 years, between COVID and between post-COVID, I have gained 76 pounds. That's a lot of weight. I still look good though, right? I still look good. I gained 76 pounds and I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't taking care of myself. You're in that point where you're like, my clothes still fit, but they kind of don't fit, but I don't want to buy new clothes. So I didn't take care of myself. And I do believe I'm still cute. I'm always cute. I love the cheeks now too. Thank you, Vera. But I got to a point where I think I changed a lot, but the respect for myself was not where it needed to be because I wasn't as happy with the progress that I felt that I should have made. And so because I thought I should have been further along in my goals, that I should have done the things that I needed to do, right? Lost the weight, launched the things, made the money. I wasn't carrying myself and honoring myself and respecting myself in the way that I needed to. And my husband wasn't doing as much of that either. And I have, y'all, the best husband. I really do. He is a wonderful husband. But again, what this says, right? When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. That is so real. You do not realize, but you are training people every day how to treat you, how to respect you. And it's not just by the way you set boundaries, it's by the way you treat you. It's the way you talk about you. It's the way you feel about you. It's the energy that you have about you. It is the time that you put into to making up you, to taking care of you, right? To being the you that you feel really good about and the best version of you that you can be at that moment, right? And when you are not that, you train people to not treat you well. And the people that are closest to you can fall into that too. Even if they love you, they're being brainwashed by you every day. They can fall into that too. They can become more critical of you. And this goes for personal life as much as it goes for business. I just always try to give you all a real example. So this is my personal life. And it wasn't until I did the self-love work, the reflection work, the reading, right? The being in the right spaces with the right people work. It wasn't until that I did that. And frankly, it wasn't until I started, I think, sitting in the role that I'm supposed to sit in, which is serving and helping others, right? Because the reality was things kept coming out of my mouth to other people. And I was like, wait, how can I be so positive for other people, but not turn this back on myself? I'm good in that way. If I hear myself saying something a couple times over, I'm like, wait, I'm not that person who says I'm going to make changes, but never does it. At some point in time, I get annoyed with the bullshit, right? And so I said, okay, I deserve more. I deserve more. Everyone deserves more, right? Most people are in positions where they deserve more, but I also deserve more. And it was that simple. One day I just said, I deserve more. I said it to my husband. And he sat with it. And he's like, okay. And guess what? I got more. I got more. I gave myself more. I stopped settling for things. I stopped sacrificing things. I stopped cutting out things out of fear. And I started just doing me and believing that it was going to come. And that even if it didn't come, I still deserved it. So I was just going to do it. And we're going to figure it out later. And that is how I've been living. And it has been beautiful. I'm like, we're just going to do this thing and it's going to come together. And if it doesn't come together, you know what? That's okay too. And we'll figure that out when that happens. But until it happens, I deserve the things that I deserve and I am going to get them. Right? Now I'm going to put the work in too. Right? Let's not pretend I don't do work. I work. I'm going to put the work in too. But I deserve self-care. I deserve to be beautiful. I deserve to feel loved. I deserve to love myself. I deserve to get the things that I need. You know, if I'm working on myself, I deserve a partner who's working on themselves too. I deserve words that are kind and caring and motivating, right? And the beautiful thing is when you have a partner, when you have the right community, when you're working with the right people, because like I said, this applies, they step up. This goes from personal to business and business to personal. But when you realize that you deserve more and you don't ask for it, but just decided that you're going to have that more, the right people will step up and they will give you what you deserve because you respect and approve of yourself and others are going to naturally do the same. So again, for those of y'all who are just coming in, We are reading a card. I had a good chat. So if you are coming in now, I had a good chat earlier about privilege during COVID. I had a little bit of a rant. Vera's like, keep talking. I'll keep talking. I'll give you one more example. You're so cute. I had a little bit of a rant just related to us having some sensitivity around COVID. Like I said, just because people are showing up, they're smiling, they're doing their work, doesn't mean they aren't doing their absolute best and frankly struggling all through it all the way along. They might just choose to be at a place where they're elevated enough to realize they don't have to live in their struggle, even if they are struggling, right? So that was earlier. So if you want to wait, the replays will go up right when we're done. You can watch that part. So if the title doesn't align, I'm sorry. But now we're in our normal morning moments with Mélissa, and we're reading this card. We're talking about this card. And this card says, I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to others' expectations of me. When I respect myself and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. Okay. The one thing I want to add to this card, it says, I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only things that please others. I don't want to just talk about doing, I want to talk about speaking. This last few weeks have been some of the worst weeks of my life in terms of the amount of news that came through. A lot of negative news. Okay. 30K in debt that I didn't expect, right? Pops up. A health and medical condition pops up from a vaccine that I thought was safe for me to take. It wasn't safe for my body, right? That popped up. Lots of things popped up this week that I just really didn't expect. Family issues, right? And it's popping up at a time that is not the ideal time for me. Okay. The way I got through it, beyond the mindset work that is finally paying off after years of work, let's be real, is that at every turn, when I needed to, I expressed my emotions. And so it wasn't just about doing the things that pleased me. I did that too. But I also spoke the words I needed to speak. When things came down, and they were not the things that needed to happen, or there were boundaries that needed to be reset, I spoke. When things were happening to me and I did not feel well, I spoke. When I needed to express my emotions to partners, whether those were business partners or personal partners, I spoke. I didn't keep it all inside anymore. I expressed my needs at every turn, and I did not worry about what was pleasing whom. I was just worried about me, right? Now, I did it kindly, but I did what I needed to do for me, right? I was empowered as I released the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. Mélissa was no longer going to be the strong person who just not only manages everything and handles all this horrible news, but also like smiles in everyone's faces and then never speaks about it. I wasn't doing that anymore. I spoke on it. I'm best believe everybody who needed to give me what I needed heard from me. So that's the one thing I want to add to this, which is we don't get that respect. We don't get that care back. We don't get that self-love back. We don't get the kindness back when we don't speak. Because many people are just living in their privileged lives. They're living in their norms and they do not understand what you are going through and they cannot understand it. And many people are not in the mode right now of really empathizing in the way that we would want them to. So it is on us. It is our responsibility to voice our needs, to care for ourselves, right? And to not only model that example, but sometimes, frankly, explain it, right? And when we do that, oh my gosh, is it beautiful? Like, I was hesitating as I said, this is the worst week because it is in the news, but I feel fine. I had 2 days I was very low, like low to low to low to low to low, and I'm so grateful actually for my club workflow community. I've built a community of people who are amazing, and my community held me up, even though I'm holding them up too. So we hold each other. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for my husband and for the work we've done in communication over the last year and a half, 2 years to get to a place where we are now, so that I wasn't alone going through this. So again, hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this was validating for some people. Hopefully this was just a reminder, right, that we can take care of ourselves. But again, overall message is please be kind to yourself. Okay. Understand that one little last thing. 4 people have told me this week, I'm halfway through the year and I am not where I want to be. Yes, I will post the card, Vera. 4 people have told me this week, I'm past halfway through the year. I'm not where I need to be. I should have been working faster. There's so many things I could have done. La, 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 la. Okay. Whatever you're doing right now is enough. Whatever you have done is enough. We can move forward and maybe we can plan a little differently, but let's not beat ourselves up about the things that didn't get done on whatever timeline we thought they were going to get done. This is not a normal moment. This is not a normal moment, and we shouldn't expect our calculations or whatever benchmarks you've got in your head to make sense in this type of year. Right? We should not expect our normal benchmarks to apply to an exceptional year. We have to get out of that. We have to get out of that. And we have to realize that we're now working with a bunch of people who are literally living different experiences right now. The way that I'm experiencing this pandemic is not the way that my husband's experiencing this pandemic, is not the way that my family's experiencing this pandemic, right? And also, the way you're experiencing the pandemic can change at any moment. 2 weeks ago, I didn't have a heart condition. Now I do, right? In, November, my husband had COVID. Now he's great. We don't know, right? People are losing jobs. There's a lot going on. So again, kindness, do you, take care of you, respect you, enforce those boundaries, be you, love you, and I love you. Okay. I love you. And I'm teaching you love on Tuesday. So stay tuned. It'll get posted today on Tuesday. I'm going to teach you the love framework. We're back to marketing now. And that is completely free with Teachable. You're going to love it. And I can't wait to get it out there. It has been an exclusive within my community, and now we're going to go crazy with it. So that's it. I love you guys. Mwah, 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 mwah. This will go live right when we're done if you joined late. Thank you so much for all the comments. Chanel, as always, thank you for being here, my boo. Thank you for the interactions and the affirmations. Vera, thank you for your messages as well. Khadijah, I see you. Quella, thank you. Rhonda, thank you. Tabby, thank you. We've got a great group. Seafood Grind, Wax Buffalo, Acquired Taste. That's Hannah. Vince was here. Oh my gosh. I feel so blessed. Susan, Sonique, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for having this moment with me. And definitely drop a comment when this goes live. Let me know what you thought. And yes, I will post that card as soon as I hang up. And mwah, mwah, mwah. I will see y'all soon. All right. Bye-bye. Bye, Vanessa. We just missed you, but we're posting the replay in a hot second. All right.